This is a 2022 Porsche Taycan. In this video, we are going to take a close look at every single thing that you can do on the Porsche Taycan infotainment system. We hope to unravel some of the mysteries behind many screens are in this car. We take a look at the main infotainment system, the climate control screen, we take a look at the passenger screen, as well as take a look at the curved digital driver's display. We'll go through every single menu, and if you're looking for a menu in your car, hopefully this is the video for you. Please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe, as we would really appreciate it. My name is Ethan, and welcome to Car Creations. So the first thing that we're going to be looking at is the infotainment system, the main display that sits right in the middle of the car. So by default, the screen seems to show first. And on there, you can change all the basic things with your car. Some of your driving modes. So we have the normal drive mode, range, normal and sport. Then we have the chassis, normal, sport, and sport plus. Recuperation, regenerative braking feature, electric sport sound. You can turn it on or off depending on if you like that electric sport sound pumped into the speakers. And then assistance. Here we have basic assist, so you can turn on warn and brake assist, emergency stop function. And then we have park assist right here. And here's where you can see all your park assist features, go to all the different cameras around your car, make sure you're not gonna bump into anything. You can change different views between front and back, and you can turn on the reverse parking guidelines. And then we come here and we have the lane keep assist, you can turn that on or off, lane active lane keeping, and the lane change assist, intersection assist, maneuvering assist, cross traffic alert, and egress warning. And then if we go over here and click these three little dots, you have more options. So we have assistance system settings, and we can change what we want for the park assist, like the volume. We can change when that activates right here. And then the Porsche InnoDrive, which is like the self-driving right here. We can get it to obey detected speed limits, and we can set a maximum speed. Adaptive speed limiter, once again, obey detected speed limits, and then maximum speed without speed limit. Lane keep assist, lanes change assist, traffic sign recognition, and then personal speed limits. You can put in your personal speed limits in right here. And then we can go to vehicle settings, you can bring up and down the spoiler, parking brake, you can change the shortcut buttons that are on the driver's wheel, hood, trunk, lid, and charging ports right here. And then down here, we have the vehicle locking systems. You can fold exterior mirrors, we have comfort access here, interior monitoring, and that is all for that area. So when we're on this screen, once again, we can get more features if we press the three little dots. So we have range drive mode configuration, so we can change whether or not you have air conditioning and how fast you can go. So vehicle settings, you can also access this from the other side of the menu. Then we go to trip, we can look all of our trip information, how hot it is in here. Yes, I'm sweating. How much range we have, all that kind of stuff right here. And then you can reset trip data, and once again, we have vehicle settings, which we went to before. And comfort. So here we have the ambient lighting, so you can have what percentage you want it. We can change it between lemon green, a bunch of different colors here. Overall brightness, and then we have driver's seat, more hot and more cold on a certain area of the seat, depending on what you want. Comfort entry, adjust the steering wheel and seat, and then we have adjust passenger seat here. And you can basically adjust with the buttons on the driver's side, which is super cool. And that's everything from that menu. If you go up to the top, where you see the little home icon, we get this whole apps layout here. And here we have navigation. For more information, we can change the charging plan, minimum charge at destination. You can prioritize Porsche charging service, and then you have a range warning that we can choose what to avoid, like dirt roads, for example. And then we have even more navigation settings, such as map settings right here, where we can auto zoom or show traffic symbols. Over here, we can display country information, navigation announcement volume, mute navigation during calls, and then demo mode. Next, if we go out, we can go to media, FM, Sirius XM, podcasts, Apple Music, Spotify. You can sign into all that, favorites, online radio. So we can turn on surround sound. That's pretty cool. Adjust music based on music cover. That is pretty cool. Device manager, we can connect our devices here or remove devices. If we go out of media, we get into a phone. So we can use CarPlay, obviously, but we can also use PCM. Then we have air conditioning. So here we can turn on where we want these air conditioning vents to point to, because obviously the vents don't have an area where you can push them around. Air quality, which is interesting. So you can turn on ionizer, and then automatic air circulation. You can set it to pre-cool. You can manage a timer. You can pre-cool and heat the car. And then you have different air conditioning zones here that you can set. So you can just pre-cool the front, for example. Locations. And then we have charging down here. Probably one of the most important things for this car. Timer, how long you want it to go for. Profiles, pre-cool. Once again, you can pre-cool depending when you get in the car. So similar. More. Automatically authenticate and pay at partnering charging stations. Battery friendly quick charging. And then we get to HomeLink, connect new garage doors right here. Then we go over to devices. We can manage our devices, Apple CarPlay, and then we can go to settings. And here we can change our displays. So our center display, we can change the brightness. Center console display, we can change the brightness again, the touch tone, haptic feedback. Instrument cluster, we can customize the view, and then we can turn on personal speed limits and sign recognition. And then the heads-up display, again, we can customize what we have on it. Add compass, G-force, navigation, power meter, and traffic sign up there. And then we come to passenger display. Once again, brightness. Then in standby mode, it just says Taycan. Oh wait, voice control. We can turn on, so when you say that word right there, it will activate it. Interrupt, voice control, and short dialogues. Use short voice responses. Voice control, audio, and media navigation. Notification center, phone, were all accessed from the 3 dots from their individual screens. We can go to accounts. We can sign into different accounts with our Porsche ID. All right, so that is that screen. If we go over here, it's an overall display, so we can connect our phone and Apple CarPlay. We have our map showing up there. All right, so the next thing that we want to go to is the passenger display. And this screen is very similar to what you see on the main infotainment system, except it has a few extra features and it lacks some features. So first of all, on the main screen, when you get into it, we have kind of this gauge cluster here. We have the G-force meter, we have shows the car with miles per hour, we show what mode it's in, whether it's normal and sport, and then we have a compass. If you click gauges down here, that's what this brings up. Now, if we go up to the top and we click on home, we see all the apps that we have accessible to us here. Just like the other one, we have navigation, so we can set up our navigation here, and all the same settings that we had for navigation on the other screen, we have available to us here, at least from what I could tell. Same with media, same with phone. And then for cockpit here, once again, we get to the cockpit side here. We have devices like we had over there. Now I tried to see what settings were different. We did have passenger display here, so we can turn on brightness or whatever we want there. We can change vehicle name to just the media that's playing. But other than that, this is exactly the same as we had on the main screen. Legal, we had instructions, and then weather. We go over to the 3 dots over here, we can adjust the order. And so that's pretty much all we have for the passenger screen. If you want to turn it off, you just press the power button and you can either turn off the passenger display or just activate the standby mode. It just says Taycan. Okay, so now we come down to the center screen down here, which is used in the Porsche Taycan for their climate controls. Nothing to do with climate controls at all. We have the button to turn it into sport mode or not into sport mode. On the right, we have the volume button. We can see what the charging is. We can open and close the ports. And we can pre-cool and heat all from this screen. We have all the seat buttons down in the first row. So we have heated seats, ventilated seats. We can sync all the climate controls together and then ventilated and heated for the passenger. Up here we can control the temperature of both passenger and driver, as well as we can change fan speed to different speeds or just auto. Next up here, we can choose whether we want max air, like defrost. And we click here and we get the AC menu on the main display. You can choose circulate, you can choose on AC max. Just turns on everything full blast. And then we have some shortcut buttons along the top. So we have navigation, we have music, we have phone. If we click this, we'll get to the main menu on the infotainment system. However, sometimes if you have your phone connected with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it will display that icon here and you'll have a shortcut to that. And that's everything for this. All right, so now after the AC panel, we get to the digital driver's display. And now this is probably one of my favorite parts about this car. The first little screen right here is for some notifications, and you just switch through them using the little arrow and on your steering wheel. Then we have different content here. You just use the little scroll wheel on the right side of your steering wheel to go through it. And so we have media, we have trip information there, and then we have navigation. So here it's going to tell us where we go. And apparently we have to off-road to get there. So in order to get out of that, we press the right button on the steering wheel and we get to the center. So here, you can choose the power meter, whether we want that on or off. We can change it if we want a map there. It'll show us the map, which looks super cool. And through the extended map, which then uses the entire screen, which looks absolutely sick. Makes the car feel like a spaceship. It's so cool. I love it. Obviously, you can't use this with Apple CarPlay. The middle, you can choose 3D map. We can choose if you want north up. We can display completed route, always night map. So it's like, goes like that, which looks really sick. Select, reduced, simple, and just have your speed in the middle. But before I move on to the last little circle on here, we have a little section on the edge here, and we just have the time. We have whether or not the rear spoiler is up, and we have that the dynamic dampers are in sport. Right on the edge, you have little buttons. So this is just a pre-programmed button. Right here, we can turn on and off the dynamic dampers. There you go. So Sports Plus, now they're completely off. Now they're on Sport. And right here, you can turn off traction control, but we're gonna leave that there. All right, moving on to this side. So we select this, go into it, and now we can change what we want. So we can have assistance systems. So that's like, basically that chooses your driver's assistant. And then we can go to traffic signs. We can show the traffic signs on there as well as how fast you're going. And then we can show the G-force meter there if we want. And then tire info. So we also have how hot it is right here. So this will tell us if we have a car in our blind spot. Okay, so this turns off interior lights. This is auto lights, but we'll just keep it on auto. So that has been our video. We hope you enjoyed. There's a lot of really cool things in this car. And we did the same infotainment system walkthrough on a Mini Cooper. You can take a look at on our channel page. If you like this video, please make sure you let us know. Give it a like. If you really liked it, please subscribe, as we would really appreciate it. But most of all, we hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll see you all in the next one.